All right, today we're going over the custodial agency account application. Now, this application would be used for the establishment of accounts that are non-retirement, non-IRA, non-401k, record keeping, whatever it may be, on behalf of qualified funds that qualify for any kind of tax exemption or tax benefits. This would be more for a record keeping account on behalf of individuals, joint accounts, organizations, trusts, those that fall outside of the tax qualified exceptions of the IRAs that we custody here as well. Account type section 1 is for an individual. Is it joint tenants in common, joints, rights of survivorship, organization, or trust? Now, depending on the selection here determines your next steps and next sections you fill out down below, but let's just go ahead and go through them. All right, section 2, let's go through. We got responsible party 1, primary contact for the account. So we got responsible party name, date of birth, occupation, social, address, pretty straightforward information. Whether or not this individual would like online access via a portal to access the account and the account information, phone, email, and then the role of this individual. Are they the account owner, authorized officer, trustee, joint account owner, or guardian? Moving on to responsible party 2, if necessary or if applicable for your situation, same section, same type of information requested. Additional account information, moving on to section 3, this would be for organizations. So the type of entity, LLC, partnership, corporation, non-incorporated organization. The affiliated tax ID. Again, this section is being used if you're establishing this custodial agency account on behalf of an organization. Something that is holding investments that uses their organizational funds to invest into different alternative assets and are looking for a record keeper like NuView to custody the investments and keep track of the funds in and out. Moving forward, entity name or used for account investing. So the name of the organization primarily is what we're looking for here. State of formation, date of formation, entity address, city, state, zip. Please, for organizations, keep in mind they must provide signature authority for authorized signers. We'll keep them, making sure that we can process things on behalf of the signers that are signing for the organization. For trust, a similar type of section, type of trust, tax ID, trust name, state of formation, date of formation, entity address, city, state, zip. And trust must provide full summary trust agreement. We want to ensure we're establishing an account on behalf of a trust that actually is in existence and has been formed, and that paperwork helps us determine that. Moving on to the beneficial owner information as required for all organizations and trusts. Here's the beneficiary section, similar to an IRA application. If there are intended beneficiaries for this account, this is where you're listing them here. Beneficial owners considered any individual owning 25% or more of the equity interests of the legal entity for this account, or a single individual with significant responsibility to control, manage, or direct a legal entity customer, including an executive officer or senior manager. The account owner identity to determine NuView the beneficial owners and provide proof of percentage of equity ownership or position. The account owner must notify NuView of any changes in beneficial owners if and when it occurs. And those beneficial owners are listed here. Moving on, if you are the advisor or if you are a client who has an advisor, this is where you're listing that information regarding the advisor. We want to make sure if there's someone that we should be working with first and foremost regarding this account, other than the account holder, that information is here. For individuals, phone, email, the role advisor, or just an interested party. Maybe it's a spouse that would like to have access to the account as well. That isn't listed as the account owner, but of course would like to be able to call into our team and speak with account activity updates. Second individuals, in case there's a second, again, role advisor or interested party. And then affiliated broker dealer firm name. So if you have an advisor here, if you are the advisor and would also like to list your broker dealer as an organization or entity that could reach out and talk to my team and talk to us about these accounts, you'd list them here as well. Similar to the account holders, we are requesting if they want to, if the individual wants to authorize the interested party to have online access and a portal login to access account information through our portal. All right, now we're moving on to the advisor-based fee schedule. This is our discounted annual account fee of $119 charged upon the account opening and annually thereafter. The asset holding fee, again charged annually, is $50 per asset with a maximum of $250 a year, meaning if you and or your client are holding more than 5 investments within the account, the most they'll ever pay annual asset holding fees is $250. Moving on, miscellaneous fees is the account establishment of $50. And then you have your other miscellaneous fees, overnight mail, paper statements, wire fees, returned items. What you don't see here are any transaction fees. That is because we have completely baked any transaction fee into our asset holding fee. So any purchases, sales, re-registrations, asset exchanges, whatever it may be, there is no fee for any of those. It is all entailed within the asset holding fee of $50 per asset. All right, moving on, we have transfer on death beneficiary form. Now, this differs from the previous beneficiary section. This is more for the individual account types or joint account types. We are again looking for the type of beneficiary, their information here, their percentage. So if it's a primary, 100%. Typically, if it's contingent, it would be split amongst however many contingents to equal 100%. Account owner signature, spousal consent, only required if your spouse is not the primary beneficiary. Of course, see note below. Section 7, account acknowledgements and agreement. Again, this is more of the terms of acknowledgement here of our role as custodian, your role as the account holder, what we can do, what we can't do, so on and so forth. Moving on to the continuation of the Section 7 on the next page regarding items such as valuations for certain investments, communication, liability of unauthorized transactions, just to name a few sections here. All right, Section 7 continued again onto this next page, again outlining certain terms of our services and responsibilities. And then we have our signature section here. Please be sure to include the information requested here. So all custodial authorization documents require the following signature. So if it's just you, you're an individual, or your client is the only individual listed on the account, this doesn't pertain so much to that individual. However, if there are multiple responsible parties on the account, we want to know if we need to see every signature from every authorized individual or just any of them. So please determine that here with either of these two checkboxes. Authorized signer, signature here, print, date, the role. Again, if there's more than one, make sure please they are both signing if all authorized signatures or signers are required. And lastly here, would you like to receive messages regarding the account from NuView via text, email, or both? So you have the capability of course, reaching out via phone, but also email and text. Let us know what you prefer, and we'll be sure to follow suit. Lastly, this page here in this application, transfer form, custodial agency account. So in a typical situation, these accounts are being established to either transfer cash from another similar account held at a different custodian, or transfer an asset, an investment. Say the current custodian is resigning, or they are no longer going to hold a certain investment. This is the document you use to have the cash and or assets transferred from the current custodian, the current account custodian, to NuView and this new account here with NuView. Similar to an IRA transfer form, we're looking for account information in Section 1, account name, social security number, or EIN, depending on the type of organization that is being established for this account. Legal address, city, state, zip, phone number, and the NuView account number if applicable. If not yet, if this is your first time filling out a transfer form because the account is not yet established, please leave that blank. Section 2, current custodian / trustee, who currently holds the funds, which custodian out there is holding the investment, the funds, whatever it may be that's coming over. What's the associated account number for this account and the assets and the cash over with the current custodian? Transfer department address, city, state, zip. Section 3, transfer details. Option 1, this is going to be a cash transfer. Is it going to be a complete cash transfer, sending all cash in the account, or partial, where you would designate only a specific amount that we request be transferred? How would you like the funds sent, via check or wire? Option 2, in-kind transfer. Is this going to be, again, a complete transfer? So we're requesting every asset and penny in the account be sent over to NuView. Or partial, send only the assets listed below. So if you're only wanting to move $500 as an example, and one investment that's no longer being held at the current custodian, again, as an example, you would list those two items here, the amount of cash and the value of the investment currently. If there is cash involved in this option 2 in-kind transfer, how would you like that cash sent to NuView, via check or wire? How would you like the request sent to your current custodian, certified mail, or how would you like the request sent to your current custodian? Would it be certified mail or overnight mail? Of course, if the current custodian allows for a faxed copy be sent, we do it via fax. Section 4, signature and acknowledgement. This is for the account holder. Again, if there's more than one authorized signer and all are required for all documents, please make sure everyone is signing here and dating here as well. A medallion guarantee stamp is only required if the current custodian who is holding the cash and assets currently requires it. So this is not a NuView requirement, rather a requirement based on the custodian who currently holds everything. This last section, acceptance of receiving custodian, is to be signed and filled out by my ops team, so please disregard that section. We execute this section here and send it to the current custodian on behalf of the client. That is the custodial agency account application. Again, this account is established on behalf of a non-retirement accounts, non-IRAs, non-401k record-keeping plans, whatever it may be. These are simply everything else that is not a retirement account. Thank you.